Have you ever wondered how you get the entire Earth like a tiny planet and I'm enormously large on it? Well, thanks to GoPro's 360 camera. Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna review GoPro Fusion, and it's been more than a month I've been using it and experimenting with it, and thanks to GoPro India for sending this to me and letting me use it for a while. And let's see what it's really made of and if you guys really want to buy this one. Design. So GoPro has designed this like it's all other previous cameras, and you can have a rubbery texture feel all around it. And you can notice there are two 180-degree cameras on both sides, and both of these footages are then stitched together in post-processing, and you get a 360 video like that. And you have a small display, 1-inch display in front, and as usually have two switches, that is a mode changing and the recording, that is a switch on as well on the side. Pretty much it looks like the other GoPro, but it's much huger, like two Hero 6 combined, you get almost the size. And you get also this pole which is extendable, and you can use it as a tripod as well, so it's good for your time lapses. And you get two adhesive mounts, and that is pretty much the design of it. And one thing to note is that the lenses protrude out and there is no protection for that, so if you drop it, you're gonna scratch it. You can't replace this part like the other GoPros where you have a protective replacement cover on front. It is not there in Fusion, so be very careful while placing the camera on hard surfaces. Now let's talk about the battery life. So GoPro Fusion has a much bigger battery. It is almost twice the size of the usual Hero 6 battery you get, but I think it pretty much does the job for its size. The content you can shoot is the time you get is much longer. I think around if you are shooting at 5.2K video, I think you'll get around 2 hours of continuous recording. That is pretty much good because the amount of data that is processing is very high. So the battery wise, I think GoPro has brought this to a new level that most 360 cams cannot. And even if you want to shoot time lapse, you can extend it by using AC power by charging into another plug point via your and this is one point I had to tell you guys. This door is very flimsy, it comes off very often, so this is one thing I always recommend all my friends who are using GoPro. Be careful while closing these doors, because when you're using it underwater, because there's a chance that this door doesn't close properly and the water goes inside your GoPro. Not also Fusion, but other cameras as well. Now let's talk about the memory card. The Fusion uses two memory cards. That the front lens uses card 1 and the back lens uses card 2. So it records separately and you can process it later on, the individual files. So you can see it is near the battery slot, and I'm not sure if you can clearly see it. And I would recommend you guys to use a much faster card like the SanDisk Xtreme Pro, because while recording 3K and 5K and all, you need very high write speed, and that is only possible with fast cards. Even the Lexar cards are pretty good, but always check for the write speed, which should be, I think, around above 100 Mbps. In case of Fusion, you need two memory cards, so that is one bummer when you are looking for a 360 camera. Talking about the details, GoPro Fusion has a very good detail in all around the 360 that it gives, and the frame rate is pretty high, and that is good for a 360 camera. And I have used, the dynamic range is very high, and thing is the highlights is a bit blown somewhere in some places, but other than that you get a very good details in both highlights and shadows. And one thing to notice, you can use this in night, because the night capture is also pretty good. The ISO range is not that high, but it does a pretty okay job for a 360 camera again, low light. Now let's talk about over capture, which is one feature GoPro has provided into the Fusion, and that lets you shoot content, that is shoot now, point later. You can play with your footage at a very crazy way, and you can get content all around the 360 in post-processing. Stabilization. This is one feature GoPro has gone to another level with its Fusion, and with stabilization the content is pretty smooth. You cannot notice any shake, and when you turn it off you can really see what's the movement all about. So I have tested out with my videos, and I have felt that the stabilization is pretty top notch, and you can also turn it off in post-processing, and there's another feature called anti-shake as well. So that does have two features like A and B. Either it focuses on the subject or it keeps the background in focus. Photo. GoPro Fusion shoots at 18 megapixel. That is pretty good for a 360 cam again, I feel. You can download that into your phone, and you can add a lot of fun stuff like tiny planet and fisheye, etc., and you can upload those pictures directly to Facebook as well. So that is one good feature. And about the photo mode, you can shoot burst as well, with all those features in Hero 6 is available with 30 shots in 1 second. Also there's a night capture mode where the shutter speed is lowered and you can capture in low light, which is again good thing for a 360 camera. Now let's talk about time-lapse. Again, these features are already available in your Hero 6, that is also in your Fusion as well. The time-lapse video, it lets you shoot all those time-lapse intervals of 0.5 seconds, 1 second, 2 seconds, up to 60 seconds. And there's also a time-lapse photo mode where you can capture photos separately, and then you can post-process it later on using your photo stick, Lightroom, or all the software you use for time-lapse video making. And there's a night lapse mode where you can capture photos at night and convert into time-lapse video later on. So those are the three features of time-lapse, and I think the time-lapse is something exciting for people like me who shoot a lot of time-lapses, because you can capture a lot of different movements of the people, clouds, river, whatever that is moving around you in a 360 way, and give those different movements. And I think I like that feature very much because it's a lot of fun to play with, and that is one thing I always try out. And I think even in the night it gives a very good feel to your videos. I mean, the capturing is pretty good, the detail in the shadows is also pretty good. GoPro app. So why I am specifically telling about the GoPro app is because not all smartphones are able to connect to the GoPro Fusion through the app, which is pretty weird because I cannot connect my OnePlus 6 or S8, but I can connect the iPhone SE, which is pretty weird. I don't know how that is working because both phones are new age, and SE and 6s and all are pretty old, but those let you connect, but not this phone. So if you want to check if your phone is compatible with the Fusion, you have to go to their website and you can see a list of compatible phones. It lets you connect your phone pretty good and easy. Otherwise you'll have to get a phone that lets you connect to your Fusion through your phone. Otherwise there's no way of viewing the content unless you plug into your desktop. That is pretty sad, I feel. So while using the GoPro app, you have to check for the blue tick on top. I mean, the Wi-Fi it's on. So currently it is connected to my Fusion. So I just tap on the view screen, and the gyro of the phone lets you view without even moving with your fingers. So as you turn around the phone, you can see what is actually around the camera, which is pretty good, I feel. All the features of the Fusion can be accessed through your GoPro app, and you can change your settings and you can access the phone from a distance. So while taking a photo, I think it is a pretty good feature. Voice control. So Fusion has voice control like the Hero 5 and Hero 6, and it is a very good feature, and because while you're taking the photo you cannot manually go and take the photo. You look very weird in the photos. So I always use a voice control when when the surroundings are pretty silent, and it works pretty fine for me. GoPro, take a photo. That's how crisp it is. GoPro, start recording. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, power off. It is pretty smooth as that, and I think that's a great feature, and I don't think most of the 360 cameras have that feature, and it's a very good thing to have while you are out there alone and you cannot use your smartphone always. Now let's get into the most important part, and here is where it gets very tricky, and that is the software and the post-processing. GoPro Fusion content can only be processed into a 360 content with your Fusion Studio software that is available on your desktop, and because both cameras record separately, you have to import both content into your Fusion Studio, or you have to copy it, use your memory card. Both ways can be done, directly connecting to your Fusion camera, or you take out both memory cards and copy it separately into your software. Both ways, it is a pretty lengthy process. I feel it takes more time than usual, and I've had to wait a long time for copying my content. Mostly it's large file videos, so I recommend you shoot short videos and then import into Fusion. That is much more easier, I feel. The software is pretty buggy and it crashes a lot. I've experienced it a lot because I was using it with my MacBook Pro, and even the iMac also has experienced a lot of crashes, which is one bummer when you are using the software. I think it has to go a bit long way again to get to that level where you can use it continuously like other softwares you use daily. So what I feel is that it's great recording the content using your Fusion, but it is a very lengthy process in the processing, because once you get into the studio, that again takes a lot of time for you to add the features that is available, like the over capture or 360 or whatever, and the export time is pretty huge. I mean, it's very long. Like I had to wait for almost an hour for a footage that was around 1 minute or something. I mean, it is pretty long. You lose count of time waiting for it. So that is one thing that makes Fusion a bit low on the side of processing, because most other 360 cameras give you a direct 360 out, and that is not possible. You have to go through your Fusion Studio desktop to get your 360 video, and if you have to add those features like the movement, like the over capture and all that, you have to export it into a format that is readable and that is compatible for your Premiere Pro or your FCP. So that is also possible using the Fusion Studio, but thing is, it takes a lot of time. Again, I'm specifying it because I've experienced it. I wait a lot on my other softwares, but this makes me wait more, and that is a bummer. A lot of people, when you want to shoot content and directly upload it in your channels, this can be a very tedious process. And the Fusion app is pretty good. You can capture some content from it, but the longer the files are, the content, then the more time it again takes on your phone apps. So all your phone apps are again a problem. So as a GoPro user, I had a lot of fun using the Fusion. There are a lot of different ways you can capture one video as well. You capture it in one way and you can process it in a lot of different ways. Even the photo as well, that it lets you shoot in 360, and you can even single it out into the 180 usual GoPro photo as well, or if you want the 360 you can shoot that as well, or the over capture. So options are large, but the only bummer is the post processing, because it takes a lot of time, and that can make you shoot less content. Because if I want to shoot something that is I want to take it out very fast, I will shoot in my Hero 6 than on my Fusion. But if I want something that is on 360, I think I'll go for the Fusion. So if you are one who is looking for an action camera, I think you should go for a Hero 6 or Hero 5 or whichever other action camera it provides, because of the price and the processing time it gets you. If you need good 360 content and you are ready to waste a lot of time on your post processing, I think the Fusion is a camera. You can have a lot of different stuff with your Fusion. I mean, you can shoot a lot of varied content with it. Even the time-lapse feature is one fun thing to experiment with. So that is my review on Fusion. So if you ask me that will I buy Fusion, yes, but for the price it can be a bummer again, because it costs around 50,000 in India, so that is pretty high for a 360 camera. But the content, the quality, the options that Fusion provides is not available in most of the 360 cameras, so that is a very good feature. So I think it's a bit high provided the other cheaper 360 cameras, but for me I think this is a very good 360 camera for capturing the contents on my travels. That is my take on GoPro Fusion, the 360 camera from GoPro, and I feel this is a very good camera for your 360. But if you are new to action cameras or something, you better go for a Hero 6 or Hero 5 or whatever is it that in your budget level, because this is pretty expensive than the normal 360 or the action cameras. And if you have any other doubts or queries, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. Till next time, goodbye.